Welcome to today's lesson on financial scams and digital safety. In our daily lives, we use social media, online shopping, messaging apps, and digital banking more than ever before. While these tools make life easier, they also create opportunities for scammers. In this lesson, you'll learn how financial scams work, why teens are often targeted, and what you can do to protect your money, your identity, and your online accounts. Let's start with a situation that might feel very familiar. Imagine you're sitting in class, scrolling through Instagram, and suddenly you get a DM from someone who looks exactly like a friend. Same name, same profile picture. They message you and say, "Hey, I got locked out of my account. Can you send me the code you're about to get?" A moment later, Instagram sends you a verification code. At this point, many people feel rushed, confused, or pressured to help a friend. But what you might not realize is that this exact scam is happening to teens right now, and thousands of accounts are taken over every day because of that one shared code. This scenario helps us understand how scams often begin, not with something obvious, but with something that feels normal. So what exactly is a financial scam? A financial scam is any trick designed to steal your money, identity, or personal information. Scammers may try to take money, such as e-transfers, gift cards, crypto, or online payments. Personal information like your name, birthday, or home address. Account access, including verification codes or passwords. Identity information, such as your SIN or photos of ID. Teens are more likely targeted because they are highly active on social media. They may have less experience with banking and online security, and it is easy for scammers to impersonate friends and classmates. Now that we understand what scams are and why teens are targeted, let's look at the most common types you might encounter. One common type is phishing, which often appears as emails or DMs claiming your account is locked and asking you to click a link. Another is fake online stores, which advertise unrealistically cheap shoes, electronics, or gadgets that never arrive. There are also price scams, where you're told you want something like an iPhone but must pay a small shipping fee. Job scams target teens by promising easy money, sometimes involving reshipping packages or receiving extra money to send back. Investment and crypto scams promise guaranteed profits, something that doesn't exist in real investing. Finally, impersonation scams involve someone pretending to be a friend, teacher, or family member. Knowing the types is helpful, but recognizing warning signs is even more important. There are several general red flags that apply to almost all scams. Scammers often create urgency or fear, saying things like "act now" or "your account will be deleted." If something seems too good to be true, such as free money or guaranteed profits, it usually is. Other warning signs include bad grammar, strange email addresses, and unusual website links. Any requests for sensitive information, like SIN numbers, passwords, or verification codes, should immediately raise concern. Scammers also pressure people to pay using gift cards, crypto, or e-transfers so that they can receive money through scamming you. On social media specifically, watch for new or recently created accounts, requests for verification codes, and random offers for money, brand deals, or jobs. Once you recognize red flags, the next step is knowing how to protect yourself. One of the best strategies is to verify before you click. Always double-check the sender, the URL, and the spelling. Use two-factor authentication, also called 2FA, whenever possible. This adds an extra layer of protection. We're going to talk more about this further in the slide. Never share verification codes or passwords, even with someone you trust. Set your account to private and limit how much personal information is visible. Most importantly, pause and think. Scammers rely on emotional reactions like fear, excitement, or urgency, which is why they create urgency through time limits, which we discussed earlier in the slides. When unsure, cross-check with an adult, a trusted friend, or the official website or app. Always report suspicious accounts or posts on platforms like Instagram or TikTok. So going back to 2FA, since I know a lot of people have never heard about this term before, it works by combining something you know, like a password, with something you have, like your fingerprint or facial recognition. There is also voice recognition, but it's not used as much. So overall, two-factor authentication makes it much harder for scammers to break into your account. Let's practice spotting a scam. Take a moment to look at this message and spot the red flags. You may pause the video recording if it is needed. So first, the sender's email is misspelled. They don't have an A between the R and M. The subject uses threatening urgency. Account will be deleted in 24 hours. The link leads to an external website host on Weebly, not an official Instagram domain. The message also lacks professionalism and feels overly dramatic. So what would be the safest response in this situation? The safest response is not clicking anything and verifying directly through the official Instagram app. Activities like this help train your brain to slow down and analyze messages critically. Now let's focus specifically on protecting your money. Strong passwords are essential, and for long passwords, 12 plus characters if possible, that mix letters, numbers, and symbols. Never reuse the same password for banking, email, and social media. We have an example of a secure, strong, and unique password right here, and you can see how it uses a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. And one important thing to note is to avoid using personal details like birthdays or names. Use secure devices and networks. Public Wi-Fi is risky for online shopping or banking. Keep your devices updated, as updates fix security weaknesses. Adjust privacy settings so only people you trust can see your personal information. Digital safety is not just about avoiding scams, it's about building habits that protect you long-term. So what if a scam does happen? First, stop a contact immediately. Do not respond and block the scammer. Take screenshots before blocking as proof. Second, tell a trusted adult, such as a parent, guardian, teacher, or school counselor. If money or banking information is involved, contact your bank right away and freeze the account if needed. Change your passwords immediately and enable two-factor authentication. Finally, report the scam. You can either report it to the platform through the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre or to the local police if money was lost. Acting quickly can reduce damage and help prevent others from being scammed. Quick summary. Scams can happen to anyone, even people who are smart and careful. Knowing the red flags help you spot scams early. Always think before you click and pause when something feels off. When in doubt, ask a trusted adult or verify through official sources. Digital safety is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice.